Your dad just pulled out the Disney sing-along VHS tape. Nice. I had that as a kid. Oh no, no, that's okay. I appreciate that you would do that. Yeah, I remember having the sing-along tape for The Lion King because it also had that Prince Ali song from Aladdin. Yeah, Bill Thompson. Bill Thompson was the owl. Excuse me. Thank you, firefighter. Firefighter wishing me a good stream. Oh yeah, I had the novella of that. There was a novella called "Climb Aboard If You Dare." Stories of the Pirates of the Caribbean. I see Robert has joined me in the Discord voice channel. Hello, Robert.
Hello. Hey,
How do you do?
I'm good. I'm still trying to find a home for those kittens, like four of them.
Oh yeah. Robert Kirby
I'm
has kittens. If anybody's interested in kittens and lives in the Michigan area, please let us know.
like I decided to keep the runt.
I've seen pictures you sent. Those kitties are pretty cute.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are, but oh man, it sucks because of course they're not fully potty trained yet, so they piss and shit wherever they like.
Yeah, what we had to do with Petey when we got him in the apartment was we had to take the litter box and put it in the corner that he was fond of pooping in so that he understood the concept of this is where you poop, and then slowly, gradually, we moved the litter box over to where we wanted the litter box.
Yeah, that's funny. My dad, like, because one of them likes to piss near the stereo on the carpet, and Dad will try to pick them up and just put them out of the living room, and they'll run back to where they were trying to use the bathroom.
That makes sense. Nice firefighters on a 7 stream streak. Also, hello, Gaito. Yes, we always keep the runt. Back home, they would sadly be snacks for the less fortunate. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're from the Asia. I have Filipino family as well, and Chinese. I totally understand. They're high in MSG. But yeah, today we're here to discuss slightly bigger cats. We're watching, well, we're not watching, we're talking about The Lion King. As you can see by the vast savannah behind me, we've got Simba and we've got Mufasa and we've got Rafiki and we've got the others. I forget their names, but I'm sure I'll remember them in time for the show.
Yeah.
Do you think lions are edible? I don't know. I don't really hear a whole lot about people eating them, but if cats are edible, I'm sure lions are edible. Lion's head. Um, Basically, The Lion King came out in 1994 and it changed the world. It changed the course of history. I, as a young autistic boy, was obsessed with 101 Dalmatians, and I wanted everything to be 101 Dalmatians themed in my room. I had a 101 Dalmatians clock, I had 101 Dalmatians wallpaper, and then The Lion King came out, and I forgot all about 101 Dalmatians in its entirety.
What 101 lion cubs?
Yes, 101 lion cubs. I see Gaito and St. Michael have made it. Welcome in.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
Vito.
hello.
And I clearly wasn't the only person because to this day, the number one best-selling VHS of an animated film is The Lion King. It was the number one best-grossing traditional animation Disney film. It set the bar, if you will. It was only finally broken in box office numbers by an animated film when Frozen came out, and that's not traditional
Is that
animation, that's CG. So it is still and always will be the number one grossing digital animated movie of all time.
now when you say Frozen broke it, is that adjusted for inflation?
That is adjusted for inflation.
Okay. Because a lot of times people will say, "Hey, this broke records," and it's like, "Yeah, but Gone with the Wind in like 1922 made 8 billion by today's money." So it's like you're not breaking that record.
Welcome in, Shub. Yes,
The shoot
but
here.
The Lion King did have such a significant cultural impact that you can't even you can't even walk down the street without meeting someone who knows what The Lion King is. It
Have you
was
been to the
before Pokemon, it was the thing.
Have you been to the Lion King show in New York City?
I have not, but that's another thing. It
Well, you
was so
should.
big that it became a Broadway musical.
It initially it was one of the movies that helped the Disney Renaissance. I mean, you could say that Little Mermaid was the real start, but like Lion King was really the main one. Because then after that you had Tarzan and Mulan, and I think Atlantis would be in that
Yeah, don't
era as
forget
well.
Atlantis and
Scientists
Treasure Planet.
after science.
Dude, so many people sleep on Treasure Planet, but yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for subscribing for 3 months, Calicut. Oh, dude, it pisses me off how much people sleep on Treasure Planet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I promise we will talk about that on another animation autism. But this is my first episode of Animation Autism. If you guys are wondering, I had a previous podcast where I would discuss movies and television shows, but one of the mainstay cast members and I do not see eye to eye on how the podcast should run, and so I ended things. And this is sort of a reboot, revival of the concept, and we're going to do things my way. And by my way, I mean you guys are going to talk over me, I'm going to talk over you, we're going to get used to it, we're not going to bitch about it.
So like every other podcast ever.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, so yeah, The Lion King, it even has a great legacy as far as Disney movies go. It was originally a side project. See, what was going on was Pocahontas was going to be the big winter movie of the year that The Lion King came out. But Disney wanted to have another movie starting production around the same time, so they split their animation team into two teams. Team A were the veteran animators who were going to work on Pocahontas, and Team B were the less experienced newbies, and their job was to make the Lion King. It was originally going to be called King of the Jungle until they went to Africa and learned that lions don't actually live in jungles.
No way.
No,
They live
yeah,
in
that's one of
savannas.
those pervasive myths about, the king of the jungle. It's like it's kind of why they've ultimately amended that, saying it's more this king of the beasts now.
Yeah. Zorro is actually Disney's. We'll get to that too, probably, maybe not, because Zorro's not really known for being animated.
Yeah,
But
humorously in hindsight, yeah, I'm pretty sure Disney thought Pocahontas would be the better of the two.
yeah, they had put all of their hopes and funding onto Pocahontas, so when The Lion King smashed it at the box office, they were like, "Whoa!" Didn't realize that this knockoff of Hamlet was gonna be so huge.
As opposed to like a very problematic retelling of, you know,
Yeah. And another thing that came about after The Lion King came out was a lot of comparisons to the anime Kimba the White Lion, where people were taking side by side shots from the one and the other and saying, this is the same movie. And the creators of the movie actually did an interview in 2019, around the time when The Other Thing came out, which we will not be discussing, where they said they had actually never even seen or heard of the anime Kimba the White Lion. And despite the several hundreds of thousands of Japanese people who signed petitions to have Disney apologize for ripping off the Kimba the White Lion, the original creator of the anime said, "No, I have no ill will towards it. It's just simply they made a thing about lions. I made a thing about lions. It's okay. We don't have to bring law into this."
Well, with how long animation took in the 90s,
Hmm.
it wasn't like they saw this thing and the next day were like, okay, let's make a lion movie. These things still take immense amount of time to write, produce, direct, draw. So,
Yeah.
I most likely it's coincidence, but it is interesting if nothing else. It's just one of those Disney myths about their animation, especially in the Renaissance era.
The animator also went on to do Astro Boy. Your Movie Sucks
Oh,
did a
shit.
detailed vid talking about the Kimba Lion King thing. Pity he came out trying to defend Lolly and whatnot. I thought it was cub porn. I thought it was cub porn he was defending. But we don't need to talk about other content creators yet. We could do that another time.
and that's
Um,
what I did in the chat.
yeah, it sucks when your heroes turn out to be false. Um, what else was I gonna say about the movie? Um, Firefighter brought up an interesting thing. He posted in the Discord. Let me grab that. Nathan Lane and Ernie Sabella, who voiced Timon and Pumbaa respectively, originally auditioned to be the hyenas. They came to an audition in New York and they bumped into each other in the lobby, which is where they discovered that they were both auditioning for the role of hyenas, said director Minkoff. They asked the casting director, if they could audition together, and they were hilarious as they read their lines, but they didn't seem right for the hyenas, and that's when they thought, what if we use them as Timon and Pumbaa? I think it was perfect. I too think it was perfect, Robert Minkoff,
And history was made.
and history was made, indeed. I also had asked Grok for some little factoids about this movie. One thing it wanted me to bring up was the fact that the research trip to Africa was a thing. The animators actually visited Kenya to get real inspiration of landscapes and kind of study how the animals that were going to be in the movie moved so they could emulate it properly on the screen. So thank you, Grok.
Damn.
Okay. Damn you, Grok.
No, not damn you, Grok. Grok did a great job. Another thing that was brought up to me, and this is the last little factoid I have from Grok, is that there are no actual lion roars in the movie. The sound effect that they used for the lion roars was fabricated by Frank Welker.
No shit.
Yep. Well, actually, I do have one more factoid, but we'll get to that later when we get to that part of the movie in the discussion. So you guys remember how the Lion King goes? It starts with, "Nah, it's a lion! Oh my
Oh my
God!"
god. Yes.
Everybody knows the song. The sunrise, the beautiful, gorgeous animation of all the animals approaching this weird rock for God knows what. It turns out it's a celebration. There's this lion who had a son, and the son was born, and the mandrill who is friends with him gives him a big hug, and then throws the cub off the cliff. No, wait, that's the meme.
Yeah, and then I know the what was that YouTube channel? Honest
that.
Trailers. Honest
Oh
Trailers.
yeah, honest
Where they
trailers.
were like, let's all come together, and celebrate what will one day eat us.
Yeah,
It's like that's a really weird scene when you think about it.
it is a really
Either
weird
that
scene
or
when you think about it.
it's
Like
that
all these
newborn
creatures
cub
are
and,
bowing down. I mean, I guess you would have to, right? Like you get this. God knows how harsh of a dictator Mufasa really was, because all we see is him hanging out with his son for most of the movie. We don't know that he wasn't like mafia style going up to animals like, "Look here, if you don't pay your protection money, your neck is going down my neck. Capiche?" And hi Keishel.
Hey, Kishel.
And so yeah, they get to the part where they present Simba and all the animals go nuts, and you get the title card. And then we get the next scene where there's a little mouse that's on the screen, and it's like, "Oh, it's a cute little mouse. This is a cute little mouse," and then bam, his big fucking paw smashes it to bits. And it turns out it's this evil looking lion who's voiced by Jeremy Irons, and he does an amazing job. Him and James Earl Jones just top notch. They
Oh
sound like
yeah.
lions in that movie. And
Yeah, I mean that they were perfectly casted.
I mean, shit, back in the day, Disney just had a knack for finding just the right voice, whether it was Emperor's New Groove or as far back as Jungle Book or even Cinderella. Like, the casting team at Disney knows no wrong. They can't screw up. And
Meh,
yeah.
was a time at least.
And for those who know me really well, they know that I've thank you for the 7 stream streak. Listening to Leo for 7 streams makes 1 week, according to Calcott. Thank you. What was I saying? Oh yes, the British people. There was the dude voicing Scar, and then there was the dude voicing Zazu, Rowan Atkinson, and you get this like air of like royalty situation going on, only for James Earl Jones and his deep African sounding. Well, he doesn't really sound that African. He sounds more American in the movie. Um, his deep, burly, not a British dude voice comes in, and you get to see the kind of dynamic that these two brothers have. You see the vast, stark differences between the two of them. You got the strong, golden, beautiful, majestic dad voice lion, and you got his brother who's dark and mysterious and kind of frail looking, to be honest. That's not how real
And then
lions
you just,
behave. No, you're
and then
right.
you
It's
just
not
kind of
Kate.
try to ignore that, that's Darth Vader.
Yeah, you just try and kind of ignore the fact that it's Darth Vader. My mom got really messed up one time because she started realizing that all of these actors are in all of these other movies, and it got to the point where in her mind everything started fusing together, and it became Luke. I am Mufasa.
No.
Check your mic as well. I think you might be muted. Am I muted, guys?
No?
Okay.
sound
No.
fine.
So
Someone?
yeah, they have their little spat about how the lion cub was born, so now Scar's not the heir to the throne anymore, and Scar runs off all sad and shit. And then we cut to this really well painted scene of a tree. and then we enter the tree, and there's this monkey. This monkey is an artist of sorts. And he's messing around with his things and stuff. He's kind of a shaman, really. You saw him in the opening scene. He broke open a fruit and spread the juice on the young cub's head. And that's what he does here in this scene, too. And he's painting the lion cub on his wall. He breaks open the fruit and he takes a bite of it. He takes the sauce in his turtle shell and he wipes that on the drawing of the cub and says Simba. And that's when we're supposed to know that that's the name of the boy.
What kind of shitty name though? Because Simba just means lion.
Simba just means lion in Swahili. Yeah, that's true.
No way.
That's right. All of the characters' names are Swahili for something, except for Scar. Scar's name is Scar. And Ed. Ed's name is Ed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Simba, Mufasa, Ed.
Ed.
It's just-
Ed.
Where
This is why we needed Steve Dave, damn it.
the heck is Steve Dave when you need him?
We'll worry about Steve Dave some other time. Anyway, so after the monkey tells us the name of the young boy, we see the young boy himself. He's outside the Pride Rock. He's looking out. He sees the sun starting to come up, and he runs to the cave. He's going, Dad, Dad, stepping on all the other lions. Like, I'm sorry, pardon me, coming through. You didn't miss it. We're only 20 minutes in. You could still come in. Give me a minute, you jackasses. Okay, he's coming. Steve's coming, guys. Steve is on his way. We will have...
Oh, looks like he actually has internet.
It does appear he has internet. Anyways. So then the mom and dad dynamic gets established where Simba's going, Dad, 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 Dad. And the mom goes, your son is awake. And he goes, before sunrise, he's your son. So we get a kind of taste of the family life before Simba headbutts the fuck out of his dad. And his dad
When he's
loses
annoying,
half
that's
of his
your
hit
son.
points. And you hear the yawn, and then they go to the scene. Yeah, everybody knows the scene. We've seen the meme where they're looking at the sunrise, and Simba goes, "What's that shadowy place?" And Mufasa goes, "That's California. You must never go there."
Dad,
No,
I think I am racist. No, you're just pattern recognizing, son.
California.
What I mean to say
Yeah.
is your uncle is gay.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice to see you, and hello. We miss you, sir. Hope you're okay, all. Yes, we are glad to see Steve Dave is Steve Daving.
Yes.
Firefighter says hi to St. Michael,
Hello.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh god, don't remind me. I have that for later.
You have Ohio story?
I have Ohio stories. Yeah, I'll let you know when the show starts, but
Okay. Oh yeah, you're probably gonna have to dip out of here before I do, so that you can be on the thing when it's
just
time.
a couple minutes. Just a couple minutes. It's all good.
Yeah.
Everything's pre-set up.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you guys were able to get that sorted out, because I know that you wanted to be here for this too. Where was I?
Yep.
I keep losing my place. Oh yeah.
The dad and the son looking over
Dad
at
and the son talk about how the great circle of life, and just because you're a king doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want, etc. And he explains that you have to understand the balance of nature and respect all living creatures, from the crawling ant to the leaping antelope. And Simba's like, I don't get it. And Dad's like, yeah, but when we die, the antelope eat us, so everything kind of resets. And then Zazu comes in and he interrupts them with the morning report. And Simba, much like a real little kid, does not care about the morning report. He is off chasing a grasshopper. It's so cute.
It's funny because that's the version I was introduced to with Lion King.
There's the Steve Dave.
Notice how
Oh,
it
the
is
yin is here.
out of the circle of life.
Yeah. And then as Zazu is continuing to give the morning report, Mufasa gets distracted by his son's distraction and decides now would be a good time to use his what do they call it, major domo as target practice for his son. What a great dad! You know what? You're right. You do need to learn how to pounce on things. Why don't you use my assistant?
I mean,
Professor Snape.
why do you think you got the job as my co-host?
Because I'm funny.
Yeah, I did that too. I mean, that's kind of a double package there.
Yeah. You like that package, don't you?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I knew someone was gonna say that.
Phrasing. We don't do it anymore, but we need to start.
Do you want phrasing? Because that's how we get phrasing.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the hyenas decide that they're going to attack the Pride Lands, and Zazu gets a notification
best
from the
characters.
gopher. The best characters. Zazu gets a notification from the news from the underground, and that's when Mufasa has to go take care of the hyena issue, and he tells Zazu there's too many names to take Simba home, and Simba gets all butthurt because he can't go kick hyena butt too. And then that's when we get the wonderful line, slobbering, mangy, stupid poachers. So since Simba can't go fight the hyenas with his dad, he decides, okay, I'm going to mess with my uncle instead. He goes up to him, and he's all like, hey, guess what, Uncle Scar? I'm going to be the king one day, and I'm going to rule all of the land except for California. And Scar already knows this. He's actually still pretty salty about the whole ordeal. And so he says, as kindly as he can, go away. Which Simba does not.
Of course not.
And so Simba decides to keep bothering him. And his uncle decides, okay, you know what? This little shit, I could do something about this little shit. And he tells Simba about the elephant graveyard. And then he acts like he wasn't supposed to talk about it. And he makes it out like the elephant graveyard is where all the brave lions go. You know, the elephant graveyard in California, by the way.
Why is
Of
it going
course.
to be California?
California sucks balls.
California, you are-
Although
Yeah.
technically, it's not just because California sucks. California literally has an ancient elephant graveyard. It's
Actually,
called the
Maria-
Brea Tar-
carpets.
I was only still calling
Wow.
it California because that's what I had used for the explanation of the sunrise meme.
You're only,
California
you're,
dreaming?
you're only about half an hour into this episode. We already have it, actually.
Yeah, we have many actuallys, actually.
Wow.
That was one in and of itself. An
Including that,
actual
actually.
exception.
That's like 16 walls. Okay, and then Simba gets all excited. He's like, okay, I've got to go tell my girlfriend about this. So he goes off to tell his friend, who is a girl. It's not the same as a girlfriend if you've watched Pete and Pete. Hey, we should go check out cool place together. It's called California. Oh wait, but he can't talk about California in front of his mom because he knows that his mom knows. And his mom and her mom are hanging out kind of, and his girlfriend's in the middle of getting a bath. And
let's not dive
Seeing
into
all of that.
how lion society works and how his mom and the aunt are probably sisters. Or
Oh, it's disturbing.
oh yeah, they're
It's
definitely
disturbing.
he's definitely interested in his cousin that way.
That's why I'm a hyena.
That's
we
why they
do that.
don't go to California because they're too far away. They live in Alabama, Africa, actually.
Damn Africa.
How's that for some assonance? Alabama, Africa, actually.
They're going from Alabama to California. Where are they telling them that they're going? Texas?
Yeah, that. Well, they said the watering hole, which I guess could be in Texas.
Somewhere touching water.
Yeah, you know, the Gulf of America. They're going to the Gulf of America.
They're going to the Gulf of America. So that's what they tell them. They tell them we're going to go to the Gulf of America. No, we're going to California instead. As far as they know. We're
And
going to the Gulf of America.
Simba's mom's like, okay, as long as Zazu goes too. And they're like, ah, not that buzzkill. And then, so Zazu's up ahead trying to make sure that their fucking journey is brief and quaint. And then Nala's all like, so where are we really going? And Simba's like, California. And she's like, sweet. And then he's like, shh, don't tell Zazu. And so they have to come up with a plan to get rid of Zazu. But Zazu thinks they're just flirting around. He's like, oh, look at you two cousins. Isn't it going to be beautiful when you two fuck? And Simba's like, I can't fuck her. She's my cousin. And Zazu's like, yeah, but you guys are like betrothed and stuff. And they look at each other, and they look at Zazu, and they look at each other, and they look at Zazu. You know the looping gif?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get our first musical number. Well, our second musical number, but our first musical number about
Dude, my
how.
report should have stayed in the movie.
No, I disagree.
I liked it. It was a good song.
K-Schultz says we should have named it the Gulf of Texas. Robert says Gulf of Simba.
No, as Florida has as much a right to it because we fucking deal with hurricanes in it. So America.
I mean, I'm not gonna get between Florida and Texas again.
That's a really dumb
'cause I did
idea.
live
So
in
yeah,
Alabama for a little while, so I was already between you guys. But yeah, they come up with this plan to ditch the dodo by singing about how Simba can't wait to be king because when he's the king, he can do whatever he wants. He can not have sex with his cousin for one. He can fire the little banana beak bastard for two. He'll have a mighty roar that it doesn't sound like a kitten meow for three. And then all the other animals decide that they're going to get in on this get rid of Zazu plan too, somehow. I don't know why. Who told them about the thing? And it's the best level in the Super Nintendo game by far. Absolutely did not spend all of my lives trying to figure it out and have to give the game back to Blockbuster 3 separate times before I was able to beat the game. Just buy the game, Mom. Oh yeah, that's another
not
thing. The
better.
Lion King was the most obnoxious video game on the Super Nintendo and Genesis.
Yes, it was. Oh my god. I will never forget the level where it's a cave full of lava and you have to dodge just right. Come on. Where does lava happen in friggin' The Lion King? No, nowhere. Fire happens.
Fire happens
Not
in the
lava.
sequel. Oh yeah, fire does happen in the first one, but more fire happens in the sequel. But we'll get to the
fire
sequel.
happens.
Yeah, firefighter should be taking care of that fire by now.
Should.
My favorite part of the Lion King game is the game over screen where Simba hangs himself. Oh yeah, thanks Robert for reminding me.
That was the
That was the bootleg,
bootleg
version on
version,
the
yeah.
NES.
where Timon jumps into a no.
No, it was Simba.
I forget what happens to Timon, but Pumbaa jumps into a stew.
Yeah, that was an Angry Video Game Nerd episode about bootlegs. There was the NES version of...
JonTron.
Oh, it was John
No,
Tron?
yeah, it was JonTron.
My
He also
mistake.
plays a bootleg version of The Lion King where it's in China and Simba jumps on swastika platforms.
Oh, yeah. That was cool, too.
Lion King 2, we're in China now. Deal with it.
Chinese man.
But yeah, we'll get to the video game eventually. In fact, that's my 1,000 follower goal. My final follower goal for this channel is The Lion King, the video game. So if you want to watch me suffer through that, be sure to tell all your friends and relatives to go follow me over on Twitch, not on the YouTube. If you're on YouTube, the Twitch link is down below. But yeah, they make it to the California after wrestling with each other for a bit because they got rid of Zazu, who ended up as a rhino's dildo. And they make it to the elephant graveyard and they hear this cackling, and that's when they meet the hyenas. Steve.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which one if I can do a thing? All right.
And they're all like, well, look what's lying around. We gotta make ourselves a Cub sandwich. What do you think we should eat? Guys, I think there's a delicious golden French fry right here. We're gonna make into put them in our bellies. I want my baby back ribs.
Yo,
Oh, man.
I hate puns.
You hate puns?
I mean,
It seems like a lazy form of making a joke.
It depends on how hard you thought about it. Like, how good is the pun, really?
you are talking to a man with dad tattooed on his arm.
That's true.
Like, if you're like, I hate puns, like, maybe you should mentally prepare for that next time because he's dad.
I am dad. Also, there were
Dad
puns in The
jokes are
Lion
just
King.
part of the package here.
Speaking of packages, so then Zazu's all like, "See, I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened." And Simba's like, "Whatever, they can't do anything to me. My dad's the king." And they were like, "Oh, see, here's the thing. Your dad being the king doesn't matter. You're in California. Your dad doesn't control California." And then they
Hashtag
start
no
chasing
kings,
them.
apparently.
Yeah.
Hashtag no kings. And then they start chasing them. And the Lion Kids could have gotten away if it weren't for the fact that Zazu got caught. So they have to go back and save Zazu. And then they escape again, but then they get cornered. And Simba's like, I gotta do something. I'll show them I'm brave. I will roar at them. And they were like, oh, that's cute. He's gonna roar at us, guys. Did you see that? He roared at us. I think I might have been scared. You want to try again, little buddy? You want to show me how scared I am? And then that's when Dad's roar comes from behind them, and he starts beating the shit out of them. Is Harley Quinn also there? Harley Quinn is not there. Whoopi Goldberg is there. Hi, VJ. And then he starts beating the shit out of them, and they're like, "Oh, geez, I'm sorry. We didn't know this was your son. Did you know this was your son? No, I didn't know that was his son. What about you?" And the other dude's like, "Yeah, I knew it was his son." And they're like, "Okay, yeah, we got to get the fuck out of here." And then,
At least Halle Berry didn't show up.
yeah, at least Halle Berry didn't show up. And then, Simba gets a scolding from his dad, who says that I told you not to go to California, and you listened.
Oh, no. California dreaming.
And then they're on their way home, and they're all quiet and shit. And he tells Zazu, take Nala home. I gotta teach Simba a lesson. And then he does the worst job ever teaching Simba a lesson. First, he explains what the situation is and why what he did was wrong. But then when Simba goes, yeah, but you know what? I think those hyenas were even scareder. It turns into playtime again. Like, you can't just shift like that. It's no wonder Simba's got issues. You gotta stay on topic, man. Like I
But
said,
the lion dad doesn't do a good job dadding. Oh my god.
like I said,
Shocker.
with
No
my
way.
son, there's a time to be serious and there's a time to be silly, and you need to know the difference. Unfortunately, Mufasa didn't know the difference. Unfortunately, Mufasa's got the same attention span in his son, apparently. But then he goes back into dad mode once he realizes that he needs to explain to his son how death works, because his son hits him with the "we'll always be together," right thing. And so instead of explaining how the death thing works, he says, "Look at the stars. All those constellations are the dead guys. And one day, I will be a dead guy, and I will be a star. And
Actually, those distant points of light are just balls of hydrogen burning brightly, light years away from us.
Nah.
nah, they're totally the great kings of the past, man. What are you talking about? Who's gonna take the fireflies bit? Say, Michael, you want to take the fireflies bit?
The what?
Fireflies. They got stuck up in that big bluish black thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Really? Moving on.
Moving on. Anyways, so then the next scene shows the hyenas, who are back at what we can only presume is their hideout. It's all dark, and there's these weird green geysers that shoot up this noxious weed gas every now and then. and one of them just will not shut up. He just keeps laughing his head off. He just keeps going and going and going. Energizer Bunny. It's not funny, Ed. And then they get into a fight, and that's when Mommy Hyena's like, look at you guys. No wonder we're dangling at the bottom of the food chain.
And this is why we respect Mommy Hyena.
Yeah, even if
though
she
she's
is voiced by
Whoopi
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
And then they start talking about how much they hate lions, because lions ruin everything. And that's when a lion comes along. It happens to be that dark Scar guy we were talking about earlier. He comes along, he's like, oh, lions aren't that bad.
Says the villain.
Says the
Yeah.
villain.
Who will do a weirdly goose-steppy move just moments later.
We won't read too far into the Nazi salute. And then they're like, hey, Scar, you didn't bring us any food, did you? And he's like, I guess you can have this zebra leg, even though you totally screwed up the whole hit job. And they were like, yeah, but the dad showed up. What do you want us to do? Kill the dad? And he's like, yeah. And then we get another musical number. The Newt Salute.
Probably the best one in the movie.
Yes, we
At
get
least the best Disney villain song.
We get the best
Yeah.
Disney villain song ever.
Hellfire
recorded.
is up there, but
Oh,
Be
I love
Prepared
Hellfire.
is-
Don't get me wrong, but Be Prepared is the villain song. Everyone knows all the words.
Did you see where Iron sang it live?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, fun fact. Jeremy Irons didn't actually sing the song in the movie. He
No, he
had
didn't.
strep throat
No.
the week they recorded that, and so Jim Cummings, who voiced Ed, stepped in
Along
and
with
sang
a
the
thousand
song.
other things.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. So
Jim
the
Cummings-
lion took the credit over a beautiful hyena's voice, and it happened to be the most loud and obnoxious one.
Jim Cummings killed it though, seriously.
He did.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And he sounded similar to Irons too. That's the kicker.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that probably would hear that and be like, "Wait a sec, that wasn't Jeremy Irons singing?" And it's like, no.
No, that wasn't. That was Jim Cummings.
Yeah, if you listen real close, you can kind of hear the part where it's Jim coming through, but yeah, most people they watch that movie and they don't even realize.
God, if I could have a voice like that, man, but sadly
Oh,
I've got the
dude. He's got such range. He's been Tigger and Winnie the
know.
Pooh. He was
Mhm.
Pete. He
Tigger.
was Cat Dog's cat.
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. I mean, the man was basically Mel Blanc.
Let's see, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, Pete from the Mickey Mouse universe, Darkwing Duck, Bonkers D. Bobcat, Ed the Hyena, Ray the Firefly.
Wait, I thought Bonkers was
Yeah.
Bobcat.
Don't you mean is? Because Jim's not dead yet.
No, I thought Bonkers was Bobcat Goldthwait.
Well, that's what it says right here.
He was Jim?
Yeah, it was Jim Cummings.
Yeah, speaking of Jeremy Irons, I don't know much about his extent work, but there's a documentary called The Hittites, and he narrates that. So if you want Scar talking about the Hittite Empire,
Okay, he's also shown himself as Tasmanian Devil and Gossamer in Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports. He was also Baloo. He's done
Yep.
Baloo a couple of times.
Interesting.
Steamboat Pete.
I know that in Kingdom Hearts, Nomura still wants to do a Jungle Book world if he can figure out a way to fit it in with the story. We're getting sidetracked, though.
Oh yeah, because you could talk forever on voice actors. Maybe that should just be an episode by itself.
Oh,
Pay respect to all the
absolutely,
voice
dude. I would love to do an animation Autism about all the fucking voices that Tom Kenny has done, and Nathan Lane, and
Lamar.
who's the dude that was Rocco?
Mr. Big Head.
Something Alalaki.
Didn't he also do Billy from Grim Adventures?
I think so. And there was
Yeah, he's in fucking Hell of a Boss. Fuck, what is his name?
there was the
Fuck.
also dude who
Richard Stephen
was the
Horvitz.
first Spyro before Tom Kenny took over as Spyro. That was the same guy. He was the Taco Bell dog.
Richard Stephen Horvitz.
No, not that guy, but that's definitely another guy.
That is the guy that played Billy, but that is not the guy that we were thinking of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Richard Horvitz was Daggett in you guys got me distracted again. God damn it. We'll talk about voice actors on another episode.
You want to talk about friggin' animation autism? Just say Carlos Alazar. What the hell?
Carlos
is his last
Alalaki.
name?
That's his name. Carlos. There we go.
Alazraki.
Alazaki.
Alazraqui. Either way, Simba don't know what's good for himself because Mufasa's a bad father.
Yeah, and that's when the uncle is all like, "Be prepared, because we're gonna kill the Mufasa. Be prepared, we'll kill the Simba too. And everything great will suspiciously happen, and you'll all have food when all of this happens." And then the hyenas are on board because just like a Democrat promising his constituents good things,
I know he's leading us all on, but Mufasa needs to fall. So let's just follow this guy now. Eventually, we'll get to the end of the film.
be prepared. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
I knew you would understand the assignment.
Yeah.
And so the next day, Scar tells his nephew, "Sit on this rock. Your dad's coming and he's got a present for you." And Simba's like, "What's the present?" He's like, "The best kind of prize is a surprise." And Simba's like, "Yeah, but you could still tell me. I'll pretend to be surprised." He's like, "No, this is a father-son thing. That's why I'm here, to make sure that the spoiler doesn't happen. It's because your dad would have come here and hung out with you this morning, but he was busy preparing the father-son thing. You can't just expect your dad to already have the father-son thing prepared. That's preposterous. You might want to work on your roar." "Wait, why do you know about the roar thing?" "Shut up!" And then that's when we pan up the valley, and that's where we see the 3 hyenas are in position. And one of them's complaining about being too hungry. And then we met Red 13, a talking lion with a mane. What? Wait, that didn't happen. Sorry, let me get rebooted. This is sort of where the plot gets a little convoluted. Hi, VJ. Man, you guys are full of the distractions today.
I mean, now you know why I have difficulties ending on time during the silence banter.
That's true. I mean, it
By
is.
the way, good luck, Mikey.
Yeah. I can only run a tight ship as much as I can.
I
Where
mean,
were you yesterday?
I mean, this
You messed up on the wheel.
this podcast is called Animation Autism, not Animation We All Have Our Shit Together.
Yeah. It's not called that.
And so one of the dudes complains that he's hungry. "Can't I go eat one of those wildebeests?" And the other one's like, "No, we have to wait for Scar to show up." And then Scar shows up. So they go scare off the wildebeest. And Simba's like, "I can't believe my uncle thinks that my roar is puny. This is some bullshit. Fucking can't believe everybody knows." And then there's gecko, or iguana, I think. It's
Chameleon.
definitely a lizard.
Lizard.
It was a chameleon, I think.
Lizard?
And so Simba tries roaring at it, and eventually he does a roar that echoes through the entire valley. And then the rocks start shaking, and then that's when the stampede happens. And everyone remembers the stampede scene, because this was the first time where, like, Disney blended CG with hand-drawn animation. It was
God,
more
it looked
experimental than anything else, but it was also to save on time because hand animating that many fucking wildebeests, there's a ton of wildebeests in that scene, would have taken for fucking ever. But they blended it so seamlessly, you can't even tell. Like, the first time you're watching that movie, you have no idea that the animation is even done in CG.
How many wildebeest do you think the hyenas got away with?
Got away with?
Yeah, I mean, they had to kill at least one of them.
Not necessarily. They probably tried to, but those wildebeest was moving fast, pretty fast. I'd say each of them probably took down one and then stopped chasing
No,
them so
smaller
they could
ones.
eat it.
As long as they got scared in the right direction, that's all that mattered.
Yeah. And so that's when Scar, who already knows that Mufasa's son is in danger, comes up to tell him, his brother, Stampede in the gorge, Simba's down there. And Mufasa's like, oh no, I gotta save my son. And so they all run off to go save the son. And Mufasa leaps
Reminded
in,
of
all heroic like, and gets his son up onto a branch to keep him
Yep.
safe. And Zazu's like, what do we do? What do we do? I know, I'll go back for help. And Scar's like, God, this motherfucking bird. Ugh. Knocks him out cold.
all karate like.
Yeah.
Also, fucking a branch in the middle of the dam.
Yeah, that sure was a convenient branch.
That's a very convenient branch right in the middle of a freaking valley, a
DSS
canyon.
branch.
Yeah, just fucking miracle branch over here. And then Mufasa gets swept up in the wildebeest, and he's trying to make his way back so that once Simba survives, he has a dad to come home to. And he pulls himself out of the hyena patch, or the wildebeest patch, and he's climbing, he's climbing, he's climbing, and his brother's like, nope! Like that scene in Always Sunny when the dude's trying to get help from the guy to get up onto the building, and Danny DeVito's like, nope, no you don't.
Both scenes have become meme fodder.
I told you this was you guys were gonna be allowed to bring your favorite memes. They definitely have a version of that meme where it's the scene from The Lion King melded with it, where he's going, nope, no you don't, and hitting Mufasa in the face with the fucking staff. And then that's when he realizes, he looks at his brother's eyes, he realizes, no, he's gonna do the thing. And he throws him, and he falls, and he screams, and we hear Jonathan Taylor Thomas's famous "No," which is the only actual remnant of the Lion King that's still existing in Kingdom Hearts 2. Don't worry, I've got a lot to say about Kingdom Hearts 2 and its representation of this movie as well. But it's crazy to me that Simba saw his dad fall, but he didn't see the part where his uncle threw him off the cliff. Like, no, I definitely saw the angle you were looking from. You should have definitely been able to see the guy get thrown.
Yeah, that's just one of those things you're supposed to,
Wait, he's short. He's like, okay, so there were some large rocks he was fitting between.
There were some large rocks.
So it's clear that when the throw happened, that's all he saw was him. Also, there could have been another conveniently placed branch, just like peeking through a hole, and he didn't see Scar, he just saw his dad fall.
I guess so. I mean, those conveniently placed branches are all over the place in this.
They're pretty
world.
dangerous. They are.
All right, are we gonna get our JFK assassination analysis parody in Seinfeld version where Steve Dave brings out the whiteboard and explains the trajectory?
Do I have to? Do I have to? I will turn the friggin' camera. I have a whiteboard.
Why is it gotta be
Mikey
white?
knows I have a whiteboard.
Next time on Steve Dave. Hi, Rachel
Exactly,
Oxy.
Scoop. Do I have to?
All right. And then, so the stampede ends, and Simba goes to check on his dad, but his dad's not moving. And as much as Simba tries to wake him up, he just won't wake up. And everyone who has a heart and soul and has seen this movie has cried during this scene. If you did not cry during the scene, you either have not watched the movie or do not have a soul.
Or are lying.
Or are lying.
No way.
I'm talking ugly cry. Like I had a high school teacher who taught Greek mythology, and she explained that she used to be a regular English teacher, and she was explaining the plot of Hamlet, and one of her students said, "Oh, that's just like The Lion King," and she's like, "I've never seen The Lion King," and so she goes out and rents The Lion King, and that's when she has her moment. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe." And she said that she had her scene where she cried too during the Mufasa death. The
Yep.
Chad meme with the shaded face.
I think the most brilliant part of and actually, I'm actually participating in the movie. Go figure. The most brilliant part was how the villain takes over. Okay, he planned this out. He got the murder done, and then he goes back to Pride Rock, like, oh, we're having basically a funeral, and I'm heading the funeral, and none of them know that I did this.
You're jumping the gun a bit.
Yeah.
Because we still have to come to the part where the villain goes up to Simba and goes, "What did you do?
All
My
right,
brother! My brother is dead! What'd you do to my brother? You fucking asshole! You killed my brother!"
Run. And
I'm
never
pretty
return.
sure he wasn't that.
On the bright side, Mufasa's corpse looks pretty intact, so the skin is salvageable. Oh yeah, he could probably totally wear his dad like a fucking cape, like Kimba the White Lion did. Anyways, and that's when he tells him that he should run away and never return because that's the only way to make sure that nobody ever finds out that he killed his dad. And so he takes his advice, and then he tells his henchmen, "Go kill that guy." And they almost do, but Simba's tiny and small and can fit easily in any overhead compartment, which includes through the gorse bush. And the hyenas, unfortunately, are big and fat and stupid and lazy, so they get poked and stabbed by the gorse bushes and decide, yeah, no way. I'm not going after that kid. He's probably going to die out there anyway. And then...
Boy, that can't possibly bite them in the ass.
They say one of the best lines ever. If you ever come back, we'll kill ya!
And it echoes.
And that's supposed to be like... I think the symbolism of that scene is that following Simba, so there is a little bit of fear keeping him from the Pride Lands.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have his dad.
There's legitimate fear, but also guilt fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the guilt is his dad is dead. And he thinks he did it because he roared and then the wildebeest showed up. But there's also the fear aspect because he doesn't have his dad to protect him from hyenas anymore.
It's kind of like if you've ever seen how some elephants are trained. They, from a very young age, they're trained to have like a chain or whatever on their leg when they're very young. So it breaks them of that mentality of I'm not getting away. Even when they're super big and they're adults and they could easily rip that thing off, they stay completely because it's they have that same kind of mentality. He doesn't view himself as a big lion until he actually has to later in the movie.
Yeah. But then we come to that brilliantly explained funeral scene that Steve Dave was explaining.
Oh, yes.
Which is where also Scar takes the opportunity to explain that also the Democrats from California are here and they're going to be working with us to build back better.
God, if only he had a white mane and he was balding.
Well, he kind of has a white name.
No, white mane.
Oh, a white mane.
Elephant is a human.
Oh yeah, I didn't know Scar was a white name.
Yeah.
I
mean,
know
it's
so
not.
many white people
It's,
named
it's
Scar.
not a black name like Mufasa or Rafiki or Simba. It's a white name, like Ed. And then that's when we cut to Simba, who has resigned himself to just dying. But then Timon and Pumbaa come along and they scare the buzzards away. Oh, hey, there's
Yep.
Lysander, the other lion.
Oh fuck! There's more of them talking about.
We were just
goddamn-
at Bowling for Buzzards,
Oh no, there's two now.
my favorite band.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Wait a minute. I am very confused. I thought you said we were doing this at 5, and you're in the Pacific time zone.
Well, I said your
Yeah.
time.
5 our time.
Ah,
5 the real time.
I
Yeah,
also
the actual
put a. If you're talking about the timestamp in the Discord server, I use a tool that Farron showed me called Hammer Time that creates dynamic
Stop.
timestamps. Yeah, stop. That change, that show what time I'm talking about depending on your time zone you're in. So where it says 2 on my screen, it says 5 on yours.
well, I am here now.
Oh, he's here now.
Nice. You're just in time
Great.
for the Bowling for Buzzards. And then that's when Pumbaa's like, hey, there's a lion thing over here. I think it might still be alive. And Nathan Lane's like, oh, geez, it's a lion.
Oh my
Echoing the
God.
beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
And you know
Oh
what?
my
It is
God.
a lion. It's a lion named Lion.
yeah. But
I think 'cause he
Timon,
wanted death in the
Oh,
movie. I don't know,
father,
more
it's a
family friendly,
lion.
like Bambi's mother was supposed to be more graphic.
I think so.
So we're doing a play-by-play on this?
Yeah, kind of explaining how the movie's overview went. Anyways,
Oh.
so the
Completely from memory.
warthog is all like, yeah, but the lion's small, and the meerkat's like, yeah, but it's gonna be big, and then the Pumbaa is all like, well, what if it's the opposite of what St. Michael said earlier about the elephant, where it's instead of it attacking us because it's a lion, it gets used to us and it becomes our buddy. And Timon's like, yeah, that's stupid. But wait, what if it's like the opposite of what St. Michael said?
That's brilliant.
Glad I came up with it.
And you know, since they're so close to California, but not quite, they're probably in like Seattle at this point. Whereas they're
I
like,
thought they
hey,
were
you know
in
what?
San
I bet we could teach.
Francisco. I thought that
Okay, so
Timon and Pumbaa
Southern
were the gay
California.
couple.
In Southern California.
So they're in SoCal. Like, you know what? I bet you we could teach this lion how to eat bugs,
Yeah.
and he'll eat the bugs
They're
willingly.
eating the bugs.
Eat the bugs, bigots.
So the gay couple adopt the orphan lion, and
You know it's a gay couple because one of them's fat.
yeah,
The
you
other
know
one's
it's a
twink.
gay couple because one of them's voiced by Nathan Lane.
Ew.
Oh.
Anyways,
Oh yeah, they playing yeah.
and then
yeah,
we get
definitely.
the third song in the movie, which is arguably the worst song in the movie. Not because it's a bad song, but because the message that it teaches is a bad message. And for some reason, people clung on to that message like it was supposed to be the message of the movie. It's not.
It's a good message.
No, it's not a good message.
It's a
And
good
the
message.
The
Yeah,
whole
if you
point
think
of the
about it-
movie is that it's a bad message and that Simba needed to
The
take
movie
responsibility.
demonstrates.
That he can't just leave.
yeah, the movie
No
demonstrates
worries.
why that's a bad.
No, but you have to fall hard before you bounce back, okay? And this was Simba falling hard.
This was Simba falling hard, and part of it is to
This
be blamed
was-
on his gay liberal Californian parents.
Oh my God, this is really fucking hell. Holy shit.
The message
This
is,
would
"Can
be
you
woke
feel the
by
love
today's
tonight?" We all
standards.
know
Holy
that.
shit.
Yeah, like,
I know, I'm so rough on this fucking movie.
Rachel Ox is like
This
the
is-
message was,
look.
"Can you feel the love tonight?" We all know that.
Are we feeling
This is-
love
this
now,
is
Mr. Krabs?
Art thou feeling the love now, Mr. Krabs?
I did not figure on this being a conservative movie, like Disney's Robin Hood being all about taxation as theft.
Oh,
I know.
you didn't know that Disney is actually a conservative company? Have you not watched The Incredibles?
Yeah, they used to be, but then, you know,
Then they allowed too many gay couples.
they allowed too many
Then
gay
they got-
couples.
They
Yeah.
got gay animals.
Anyway,
about
people
in
fall in
line.
love with the gay
I
couple
don't
from
mind
this
the
movie.
gayness,
That's why
I just-
Hakuna
Gay.
Matata is mentioned 25 times in the Broadway musical.
Yeah, because he finds something that works for him and says it several times because he's bought into it.
He's brainwashed into it.
Yeah.
Like we need
He's
more
groomed.
straight gay, where
He's
they're
groomed.
someone's attracted to men, but they're not stereotypically gay.
Yeah. Anyways.
And yet they like creepy, crawly, slithery things down their throat. Okay.
So, then we get...
I'm not watching this movie the same ever again.
So then we get the montage during the Hakuna Matata sequence, and we see the passage of time, and Simba grows up and becomes a theater kid. And
We're gonna need a
The
montage.
significance of the passage of time.
Even Rocky had a montage.
and then we cut back to the Pride Lands, where we learn that things aren't going so well
Oh,
over
no,
there.
pride.
Everyone's starving. The lionesses don't want to go hunt for food, and the
Yeah, the
Democrats
lion-
are like, "Hey Joe, what happened to that food you promised us? You said to be prepared for." And Joe's like, "Yeah."
You said communism
We the
would work this
Democrats.
time.
What?
Oh, because they're from
Scar was
California.
like- And Scar
Plus,
was
this is-
like, just tax the rich.
Yeah,
Plus,
Scar
this was
eating the
clearly
rich.
an attack on communism.
And they were like, "There's no rich left." And he's like, "What about Zazu?" And Zazu's like, "I'm not rich. I am only a millionaire.
Yeah, go
Oh,
find the
God.
trillionaires.
Go eat the billionaires." And then the Democrats are like, "Man, we thought things were bad under Trump Fossa."
Oh no.
Oh no.
And this pisses off Scar, and they leave, and they're like, "But we're still hungry." And he's like, "Out!"
Wait till they get Sim Baron.
And then we get the lovely scene, this little side quest adventure, where in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight, because they're theater kids. In the jungle, and then Pumbaa's the fat ass, so he gets distracted by some fucking food or whatever that's got Mickey Mouse on its wing. Tell me you didn't see the hidden Mickey in this movie.
There's always a hidden Mickey somewhere in a movie like that.
Yeah, it's on the Beatles' wing. And
Dang beetle.
that's when Nala shows up. But we don't know it's Nala yet. Right now, at this current moment in time, we just know that it's a lion. And it scares the shit out of him. So he leaves, and because he leaves, she chases after him because she's like, "Oh, it's food. Yeah, she's gonna eat me." And then he gets stuck in a fucking tree root, and Timon's trying to save him, but then Simba has to save him because that's my gay dad you're trying to eat. And they fight, and he bitch slaps her, and then she gets on top of him, and he's like, "Wait, this reminds me of my cousin, Nala?
God.
Oh no.
Who I'm supposed to marry.
My cousin I'm betrothed
Well, also,
to."
let's just ignore that when a new male leader would come into a lion, she wouldn't actually be alive right now. But let's just ignore that.
Okay. Yeah, I hate to break the action again, but you know how my clips now can have captions on them?
Yeah, mine too.
I put captions on this clip that I'm about to save, and it says Trump Fossa, as in like the Fusa.
Oh,
From-
Fusa.
Madagascar.
Oh,
Madagascar.
I'm leaving the
It's from
captions
Fusa.
on.
Leo reminded
Oh,
me that
hell,
there's porn
the
of
New
Timon
York
and Pumbaa
Giants.
doing it. Oh, there's porn of any two characters from this movie doing it. I guarantee you.
Oh god.
if it exists, it's
Type
out
in
there.
Just-
type
yeah,
in
real quick,
name
just
one,
get
X
off.
name two.
Just
You'll
get
find
off
porn.
21. Come on.
Anyways,
There we go.
aside from porn of Simba doing his mom,
Yeah,
that's
move
when,
on.
Yeah, that's when
Okay, moving on.
we have the lovely conversation where Timon and Pumbaa find out that. Thank you for the clip. Where we find out from Timon and Pumbaa's perspective that Simba was the king and is the king and has to go be the king now. And they're like, wait, you're the king? And he's like, guys, I'm still a bottom. And they're like, yeah, but you're a power bottom.
That's how we taught you because we're your gay dads.
I think I've
man.
rented. I think I've rented the wrong Lion King.
Oh no,
No, that's the sad part.
that's
And,
the saddest part.
So Nala tries to convince Simba to come back, and he's all like, I don't wanna. I learned about Hakuna Matata out here. And she's like, Hakuna Ma what? And he's like, it means like be a hippie and smoke weed. And she's like,
wonder
Simba,
lions
that's
are-
not your job. You need to be like, create my fanfics. They're confusing you. Thank you, Rich Loxy.
Hakua Horchata? What?
Yeah,
Hakuna
Kalua
what?
Orchata. And Simba's like, yeah, well, what about you? You left. And she's like, I left to find help. And I found you. That's got to be a sign from God or whatever. And Simba's like, yeah, well, I want to go.
It's got to be a sign from the constellations.
So
And then they have
There's
this.
got to be a sign from God, and he's like, I was not raised to believe in any gods.
So then after they flirt for a little while and get all hanky panky and stuff, and Simba's gay
God.
dads are like, oh no, he's straight. And then he'll pork this girl tonight.
Oh God!
Which reminds me, that's the one last thing I was sitting on from Grok. Steve, you don't know this, but I asked Grok before the show for some fun facts that I could throw into the podcast, and I learned something I didn't know before today.
No, what?
Oh no.
The song Can You Feel the Love Tonight was actually almost cut from the movie twice. And Elton John advocated for putting it back in because, and I quote, all the greatest Disney movies have a love song. There needs to be a love song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there has to be. And Elton John. I mean, like, see my shades over here.
I see you putting your Dangeresque shades on over
Elton
there.
John is.
In honor
I mean,
of Elton John.
he's the guy of many sunglasses. So I thought, Elton John mentioned, put the shades on.
Elton John mentioned, yeah. Elton John,
Mhm.
speaking of gay couples.
Saturday night's
Yeah,
all right
Elton
for
John.
fucking.
So gay.
Anyways, so then there's the song where Simba and Nala, they get ready to bone.
They get jiggy with it.
And then after that, when
they did.
after that, when Simba's still not listening to her, she runs off to go back to do the thing, and he's like, "Stupid Nala, what would it prove anyway if I came back?" And then he gets mad at his dad, and he yells at his dad in the sky. He says, "You said you'd always be there for me. Where are you now?"
I'm dead.
You said you'd get milk.
You're telling me the gay lion has dad problems? Oh, wow. I wonder.
The gay hippie dad lion.
The gay hippie lion has dad problems
Anyways,
Oh no.
and then that's when
with two dads.
A lion with daddy issues in the furry fandom? No.
And we'll get to the furry fandom part in a bit. I promise. We've got 50 more minutes before St. Michael starts the Steve Dave podcast.
And like 35 minutes until the end of the movie. At this
Yeah.
point.
Where was I? You guys keep distracting me.
The monkey.
The two cousins were fucking each other.
Oh
He
yeah,
was yelling
and
at
then,
all the
And yelling at his
fireflies
dad
in the
after.
sky.
and then the monkey was all like, "Asante san, a squash banana, you're a baboon, and I'm not." And Simba's like, "What?" And he's like, "You're a baboon, and I'm not. Bye."
No, before that, he cracks open another one of them fruits and is like,
Oh yeah.
thanks to these leaves that blew in the breeze that somehow smell like a lion, I think he's still alive.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because
Which
he was
isn't
doing the
strange at all,
stargazing.
but
I was going to remember
know
the
the smell.
stargazing so that we could remember the
I-
bright balls of gas burning billions of miles away. And what mook made that up?
Yep.
Yeah, let's also not think about the fact that he can smell a lion that he only recognized when he was a baby. But that's
Yeah.
not creepy at all.
That still works. That just shows how much of
Oh
the
yeah,
MVP,
we still have to
Ricky is.
mention the sound effects sex controversy. Thanks for bringing that up, Robert.
Well, sniffing babies is
The leaves
a
that
tradition among leadership in certain countries.
Especially baboons.
The plant bits that smelled like Simba when Simba lays down in them in the grass spell out sex in the sky. And I know it says sound effects. I
That's
understand
sound effects.
that it says sound effects, but
It
to
says
so
sound
many
effects.
people, it looked like sex that in Disney Sing It for the Nintendo Wii and PS2, for the song, they painted over the plant bits so that it doesn't say it
sure.
anymore.
I'm sure
Because
the
so many
VHS
people thought
quality
it
Good
said
for
helped.
those
sex.
people. They're wrong. It said sound effects. That goes
Yeah,
to
that just made it
show.
look worse.
Yeah, that goes to show that these people are going to be wrong. They're like, oh, we have to censor whatever to try to make it look. I mean, we in current day already saw how that affected Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Like they took the old man away. No, and while you're at it, we'll take the Indian from Land O'Lakes back. We'll take back Uncle Ben, and we'll also take back Aunt Jemima. But that hasn't happened yet.
We'll get Aunt Jemima
By the way,
back.
animation autism, and we're off track again. Go on, Lynn.
Okay, so yeah, anyways, the Starbucks
Can't
monkey,
believe it's not banter.
the Starbucks monkey tells Simba, I know your father. And Simba's like, yeah, but he died. And he's like, yeah, but no. Follow me. I'll show you where he is.
Let's go do peyote in the middle of the.
Listen, I was there when I baptized you with a fruit.
This ain't sneaking rescuers. This ain't rescuers sneaking
And
porn into
now
a
you're being
flying
raised
scene.
by two of them.
So then there's this awesome sequence where Simba's trying to follow Rafiki, and there's like even a few POV shots of him trying to crawl through this fucking dense ass tunnel, and then when Rafiki's like, "Stop! There's water down there. You didn't want to fall in that water, because then we'd have 2 dead lions in this movie."
I'm retired.
Yeah, because you never learned how to. Wait, hold on. Did your gay couple teach you how to swim?
Although we did learn that he knows how to swim from the romance scene, but Rafiki wouldn't know that. Anyways, and that's when he's like, look, this is where your father is. He lives inside you. And Simba's like, phrasing. And that's when the sky opens up and there's a magnificent light. And Mufasa says from the heavens,
Oh, here we go.
you
This fucking
forgot
scene.
who you are. Remember who you are.
Oh my god.
And Simba's like, but what am I?
me.
And he's like, you are the chosen one. You are Neo from the Matrix. You are Luke Skywalker. You're Harry Potter. Go kill your evil uncle and take back what is yours.
Actually, Anakin was it actually chosen? I'm just actually again.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the evil uncle trained Darth Vader.
If you think
In that
about it,
sense.
Darth Vader is Mufasa.
The evil uncle could
Yeah.
just be Palpatine.
Yeah.
Darth Vader is Mufasa. Moving on.
God, there's so many times that he's played like the same character just differently.
What are we
Anyways,
talking about? Fucking lightsabers or lion sabers? Why is
Coming
there
to
no-
America.
So then after he has a conversation with Ghost Dad to Electric Boogaloo, Rafiki's like, okay, so what are you going to do? And Simba's like, the past still hurts. And that's when Rafiki hits him with the stick. And Simba's like, okay, yeah, I'll go do the thing. And Rafiki grabs him and goes, it's that way. And he goes, okay, I'm on my way, Chief.
Oh, by the way, before I go, I'm going to take your stick. What?
Yeah. If you think about it, Harry Potter was plagiarized from Star Wars. If you think about it, Star Wars was plagiarized from World War II. Didn't think about that, did you? Anyways.
Could care less.
Any-
Harry Potter sucked.
What was World War II plagiarized from?
World War One.
What was World War? No, move on.
Move on.
We're not going down
It's
this rabbit
plagiarism
hole. There are no
all over.
rabbits in this movie.
You don't know that.
Do I have to watch the movie frame by frame and try to find the one fucking rabbit in it?
Yes.
No! Okay, only because my autism says so, and it's an animation. Moving on!
Okay, so then the next morning, Nala's like, where's Simba? But she scares the fuck out of Timon and Pumbaa because she's a lioness and she's like right up in their face when she wakes them up because they're scaredy cats or whatever. Can't handle a fucking lion being in your face. What's wrong with you guys? You're so fucking dumb. You are really dumb.
It's
Anyways,
not like we're
Like,
gonna
well, you
eat you.
scared the heck out of us. I don't know why you did that. First, you take our boy and you make him straight. How could you?
how dare you make our son
How
like
dare
pussy?
you make our gay lion baby straight?
And she's like, guys, you don't understand. I'm his cousin. And they're like, what?
Wait, is that? Hang on, Pumbaa, check the friggin', check the anagram. Has that other I been added to the end of the plus yet?
We didn't make him anything. He was born that way.
And then Rafiki's like, oh yeah, speaking of family members, Simba went back to go fight his uncle, and Nala's like, oh sweet, he's gonna go kill Scar. And they're like, what's a Scar? And they're like, she's like, it's his uncle. And Pumbaa's like, wait, the monkey's his uncle? And she goes, no, that's stupid, he's a monkey. And they're like, oh.
And somehow it all makes sense. And for some reason, the pig and the two species that are better as prey instead of predator fucking go with this woman
Yeah, and then
to fight.
we get that lovely establishing shot of the desert, and then Simba's running through the desert, and it's playing that music that everybody doesn't remember the way it goes, even though it goes.
And then it just
that.
calms down all of a sudden because everything's dead.
Yeah,
The
everything's
classic
fucking
Hans
dead.
Zimmer.
Classic Hans Zimmer.
Classic Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer is friggin' genius.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we finally see just how badly Scar Biden has ruined the
How
United
bad
States of the
communism.
Pride Lands.
Yep.
You see that the river is dead, all of the grass is dried up, all of the
But
ground
the Alvin
is...
Graveyard's still
all
there, so they're
cracked.
still doing good.
Well, that's not part of the kingdom. We established this at the beginning of the movie.
But it's still, they're doing a lot better because this neighboring town is bad.
It's,
So all the business came over here.
it's still California, dude.
It's still California, but they're still making enough money to keep up,
Anyways,
regardless of all the homeless.
so Simba's like, okay, yeah, I gotta do something about this. It's time to impeach Scar Biden. And Timon and Pumbaa show up, and they're like, oh, hey.
Oh, wait a minute.
And-
Wait a minute. How dare you compare
What?
one of the greatest Disney villains to one of the worst presidents in American history?
Let me explain,
Oh,
Lysander.
now you
Let me-
fucking come up with.
Let me explain, Lysander. Scar is,
Do not
for all
besmirch,
intents and purposes, a corrupt politician who promised the
Granted,
Democrats that their lives would be better under his control.
still one of the greatest Disney villains of all time.
And then everything that happened after he got into power broke down. So maybe
Yes.
he's not Scar Biden, but he's certainly a Democrat who got illegal immigrants to vote for him.
Is he a Democrat or is he a socialist?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Ah, there we go. Yeah, you got it. He got the joke.
Judging with
That
you know,
makes-
granted, judging by his own song, wasn't he kind of a Nazi?
Again,
Again,
not making
what's
it
the
any easier.
difference?
I'm the guy from Maine.
Are you doing this on purpose?
Well, I mean,
I'm committing
Autism.
to the bit
Oh,
at
okay.
this point.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just committing to the bit.
it is a commission. It is a committance to the bit.
Now that the bit has been committed to, so the
Mhm.
gay couple decide that they're going to join in on the plan to take back the United States of the Pride Lands. And Simba's like, great, because we're going to need live bait. And Timon's like, what? And then
Hey.
he dresses in drag and does the hula.
What do you want me to do? Dress and drag, do the hula? Wow!
If you're hungry for a hunk of fat and juicy meat, eat my buddy Pumbaa here because he is a treat. Come on down and dine on a tasty swine. All you gotta do is get in line. Ah, you aching?
Yep.
For some bacon.
Yep.
He's a big pig.
Yep.
You could be a big pig too. Oi! And then Simba manages to Metal Gear Solid his way up the mountain just in time to watch Scar lay the smackdown on his mother. She's always talking a conversation with him. He's like, your hunting party is not doing their job. And she's like, that's because there's no food, idiot. If you were half the king Mufasa was. And he goes, I'm 10 times the king
10 times
Mufasa was.
And
that's
then
when-
someone that looks like Mufasa shows up like, rawr.
And he's like, no. What's going on? You can't be here. You were there. I saw. You died. But you're here now. And
He's like, yeah.
Sarabi thinks it's Mufasa too because it looked like Mufasa. She's like, Mufasa? He's like, no. She's like, Simba? And he's like, yeah. Scar's like, oh, I know what to do. Oh, do not test Jeremy Irons. Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is the time when gays weren't allowed to be gay. So he's like, oh my God, he came back and he's totally gay.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah. And another thing, you killed your dad, didn't you? And Simba's like, yeah.
It was an accident.
And his mom's like, no, it's not true. Tell me it's not true.
That's impossible.
And Simba's like, I'm sorry, Mom. And Scar's like, see? Told you he killed his dad.
He admits it.
And Simba's like, no, it was an accident. And he's like, yeah, but if you weren't there, he would still be alive. He's dead because of you. Murderer. And then he's got him cornered. And that's when Simba falls off the cliff. He's struggling. He's trying to get back up. And Scar's like, yeah. This reminds me of how your dad died. And that's when Simba's like, wait, what? And he jumps up the cliff and he's like, you killed him! And they're like, he's like, no, I didn't kill him. And he's like, yes, you did. Tell them the truth. He's got
Yes,
his
you did.
hat
Didn't
on.
you
He's
see
got his hat.
the friggin' flavor text behind me that says objection? All
Objection.
stylized and stuff?
Yeah.
Clearly.
And dude's got like his hand on his uncle's neck, choking him out, telling him, tell them the truth. And he's like, I did it. And he says, so they can hear you. And that's the point where I'm like, take your hand off his throat, you dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he's like, I killed Mufasa. And then all of the lionesses start coming in to try and kill Scar, but the hyenas get in the way because the hyenas, they're still working for the Democrat guy. And it turns into a full-on war, and Timon and Pumbaa find the Zazu guy, and Rafiki, it turns out, is a kung fu master or whatever. I don't know when he learned how to do kung fu fighting. Maybe it was that scene in The Matrix.
He's the only two-legged animal. He's the only good two-legged animal in this entire freaking thing. Of course he knows how to do kung fu. He a monk.
He is a monk.
He's like a 7th level monk.
And Simba and Scar end up having their final confrontation type of deal. And Timon and Pumbaa rescue the one.
Which inspired one of the toughest final levels in a video game ever.
Yeah, but at least you get that bitch slap instead of that stupid wimpy ass roar.
True.
And then Scar throws pocket sand at Simba's face, and he goes, ah! And then he jumps over the wall of fire, and he does that thing that Nala used to do to them as kids when they would wrestle, so that Scar ends up on the bottom. And then the Democrats are like, we're fucking hungry. You said eat the rich. You're rich. And then it's revealed that Simba and Nala were pregnant, and they have a baby. And then that sets up for the sequel.
Which wasn't as good as the first movie.
It was still pretty good.
Most sequels really aren't, but that's just standard.
But
direct to video, that's all you need to know. Direct to video.
Hey, I'll have you guys know that as far as direct to video sequels went back then, The Lion King 2 was one of the better ones. That and Lady and the Tramp 2.
Lion King 1.5 was infinitely better than The Lion King 2.
It took me so long to get around to watching that one because I felt like that one was a mockery of my favorite movie when I saw the trailers for it. For the longest time, I was like, there's no way I'm going to watch this. This is fucking stupid. I'm never going to.
I do love how Timon is just Marge Simpson.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I did eventually watch Lion King 1.5. I would say that Lion King 1.5, and Lion King 2 are all good movies in their own rights. The Lion King is clearly the best movie of the three. The Lion King 1.5 is pretty good for substance. It's good for supplementary reading. That's what I mean to say. Scar won't be
Two
seen
did
again
not
until
work.
Hercules. Oh yeah, when he's
Yeah,
made into
two
a very
just
handsome throw rug.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert.
2 didn't work. Trying to expand the Lion King universe like that did not work. Period. It just didn't
Whatever,
work.
dude. It was fine. It was a good sequel.
Can we please not talk about the fucking animated show?
I was definitely about to get over to the part where there's also the Lion Guard and
I'm
there
not
was
talking
also
about the Lion
Timon
Guard. I'm
and
talking
Pumbaa.
about Timon and Pumbaa.
Timon and Pumbaa was not great if you're looking for supplemental reading for The Lion King. As its
Not good.
own like Disney Channel show, it was okay for bite-sized half-hour sections, but really it was just watered down Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I was going to say it was good for what it was. Because it was not a serious attempt to canonize anything. It was just, hey, let's take these characters and do something silly.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
Just like every animated show.
It was absolutely not as good as the Hercules animated show. I will say that.
Or the Aladdin one, because the Aladdin one was decent.
Oh, the Aladdin one kicked ass.
It's just a show. You should really just relax.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that was the media impact of The Lion King. What else was there even to bring up? There certainly wasn't a CG animated remake of the movie that came out in 2019. That never happened. It also never got a prequel.
Nope. Never happened.
Where we found out that Scar's name is actually Taka.
Well, if you're a real Lion King fan, you knew that because of the supplemental reading material. There was also Simba's appearances in the Kingdom Hearts series as a summon in the first game, where he's the best summon in the game, and if you have enough magic points,
Wrong.
you can kill all of the waves of enemies
Wrong.
in the last haven before the
Wrong.
final boss.
Not worth it.
Absolutely worth it.
He's not worth it.
Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, where he does the same thing, but he's nerfed.
The only thing that I have to say about that one, okay? Like, I am experienced in that one, okay? Chain of Memories, Simba's great early, but not the rest of it. Once you get, I think it's Proud Raid, that's when the Simba cards becomes good, and only so that you can throw them away.
Yeah. And then in Kingdom
So Simba
Hearts
ain't a good
2,
summon.
and then in Kingdom Hearts 2, they made the Lion King into an entire level, and none of the voice actors from the Lion King are actually in it. And the guy that voices Scar sounds awful and makes me want to kill myself.
Rafiki doesn't even get a single line.
Rafiki doesn't even get a single line.
Rafiki is muted the whole time.
It's awful. Simba is best for a flan in the Monsters Inc. World 3. Oh, yeah, that's true. Kingdom Hearts 3, spoilers for those who haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 yet, Simba is an amazing summon. In all of the summons in that game have an element attached to them. Simba's is fire, and he jumps around and lights the arena on fire, and he does this spinny attack where he shreds enemies' health bars. It's pretty awesome. In fact, if it wasn't for Simba, I wouldn't have been able to defeat Xehanort on my critical mode run. He helped me survive the final boss.
You don't say.
Yeah.
See, I told you he's biased.
I'm not biased. I tried the other summons. Simba worked.
But the lion worked.
Hey, you're just mad that the lion worked. Besides,
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't like a good Simba Yeet? I like a good Simba Yeet, and this is my favorite movie. Well, I've always called it my favorite movie. It's the reason that my persona is a lion. But yeah,
You're a lion?
is there anything else you guys want to say about the movie? How it impacted your lives? Did it impact your lives?
I will say the ending, with Hans Zimmer's, remember.
Oh yeah, the bum
Yeah.
bum 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 bum
Yeah.
bum bum.
Yeah, that song. If I was ever going to do something to like change my life, like when I first when I was about to take the long ass drive to get my finished PC, because I knew I'd be able to do a lot more with this new PC that I have right now, and I have done a lot more with this new PC that I have right now. I played that on the way out of the door, and I was like, this is the perfect background music for this shit. I'm about to change my life for the better, and Hans Zimmer made the mood work, just like Simba in the movie, changing his life and being like, you know what, I'm the king now. So the music just follows you, all right. And like I said, the Morning Report, not a bad song. I wish it was in the movie.
I can live
It
without
was
it.
it's the version I saw it in.
I'm glad they included it in the extended version.
They did.
All right, enjoy your
Yeah,
food, Rachel.
that's what I saw.
So, from my perspective, see, I was an adult when The Lion King came out. I was in college, and I was already not quite a furry proper because I hadn't discovered the fandom yet. But I was basically already a furry. But my original reason for selecting a lion had to do with astrology, which I used to be into before I became a Christian. I was into the occult. I did star charts and things like that. Anyway, so when I actually joined the fandom, a couple of years later, my persona was by the Lion King, but I went to my childhood, which was Kimba. I watched Kimba in syndication when I was much younger. So that's why I'm a white lion. Because my original memories were the original Lion King.
Yeah, we went over that actually at the beginning of the podcast.
Right, yeah,
the
I know I
Kimba
missed all of
controversy.
that. But yeah, that's why I'm a white lion, because of Kimba.
Shub says astrology, the Jersey Shore of cosmology.
Yes, I know, it's hokey, but I used to be into it. I used to do all that stuff, tarot cards and star charts and all of that.
What about you, Robert, Gaito, Michael?
Oh, yeah, I've seen Lion King a couple of times. It's pretty good classic.
But has
Yeah,
it affected you in any way?
Saw it at a pretty early age, actually. Like I said, I think my dad bought the DVD of it. Like what was it called? But the one that includes the Morning Report. That's the version that I saw.
I mean, for me, it's just like I was really young when it came out, and it, it it was just one of those Disney movies that you could just put on. And it's like this is just good. And it's so weird looking back, and it's like you didn't realize you were watching Shakespeare. And it's like this is just a fuzzy version of Hamlet, and I'm like, wait a second. And then you actually look up the actual Shakespearean play, and it's like, oh, I see it now. It's fucking weird how they do that. It's kind of like how they snuck classical music into people's lives through Looney Tunes, and how
Similarly,
and how most people, at least most people living today, can probably trace any sort of love of classical music back to those old cartoons.
I mean, I
I mean,
certainly
I
listen
certainly
to
can.
the merry-go-round broke down a few times a week.
I mean, Looney Tunes and obviously Tom and Jerry. You know,
Indeed.
you know, but I just it was just one of those in the whole Disney Renaissance era that was just back to back to back to back, just solid.
If a
It'd be
movie
nice if we
is
got
so
back to
good
that.
that it gets a theatrical release years after, that means it's definitely beaten the test of time.
Oh yeah.
The
Certainly.
Lion King has done that.
Gaito, did you want to say anything about how the Lion King has impacted your life before I move on to the closing bits? Gaito Ogami, are you in the building?
He's muted. He's muted. I think he's doing something over anything.
I think we'll say that we gave him the opportunity. Yeah, cultural impact, great movie. Took until Frozen came out till it got beat in box office money for animated movie. Definitely the big, huge impact of the Disney animation era, Renaissance, which I would say lasted all the way up until like Brother Bear. I must say this is the best
yeah.
Lion King podcast on Twitch. Thank you, Calicott. I'm pretty sure it's the only Lion King podcast on Twitch.
God damn, I was part of the best Lion King podcast on Twitter. God damn it.
I know, right?
Nah.
Next time on Animation Autism, what do you guys think? Should we do another movie from our childhoods? Should we do an anime, or should we do a flash animation thing?
I'll be there, whichever one it is.
I mean, I'm cool with just talking about old school movies we watched as
Yeah.
kids and teens and whatnot.
So
Someone
Yeens are
said,
cookie dough. How dare you, Shub?
Someone said 101 Dalmatians.
from my childhood
Tron's not
perspective,
animated. Let's do Bambi and Slaughter his
fully.
mom. All right. So on the
Toy
previous
Story.
on the previous version of the podcast, what we would do is we would, starting from left to right, we would say next time on the name of the podcast and say a fake whatever it's not, kind of in the same vein as next time on Game Grumps. So next time on Animation Autism, Toy Story 3.
That's what it's not?
That's what it's not. It's not Toy Story 3.
Really?
It could be Toy Story 1. Are you sure? It could absolutely be Toy Story 1.
No. Well, you said what it's not. Eventually, I'm sure you're going to get to Toy Story 3. You're my friend.
I'm sure I'll get to Toy Story 3 eventually.
That's just lying. You're saying that it's not. Next time on Animation Autism, Toy Story 4.
Oh Lord.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Next time on Animation Autism, shit. Fuck. What's it? Hunchback of Notre Dame. I don't know.
Someone said Fritz the Cat.
Oh,
Land Before
yeah.
Time. That's a good one.
Oh my God, Lucifer's.
Oh God.
Cool World. Cool World would work. Transformers.
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal's an option.
Lysander,
Gaito, did you guys want to do a next time on?
The Princess and the Cobbler.
Did Robert do one?
Oh wait, what are we? Are you talking about the Cobbler and the Thief?
What? Or am I talking about the Thief and the Cobbler?
It's just
Or
a
the
couple,
Thief and
like,
the Cobbler?
some
Yeah,
really
you
tough
got it.
films that
Yeah,
Buzz
yeah.
Lightyear stuck
Wait,
in.
what are we doing?
What I used to do on the previous iteration of the podcast was I would say, we would all go in a round and say next time on podcast title, and then something that we're not actually doing on the next episode. Like, it's similar to the next time on Game Grumps at the end of Game Grumps episodes. I said Toy Story 3. Steve said Toy Story 4. Saint
Oh
Michael
God, I
said,
see you in the chat, and how friggin' dare you? She's a saint.
St. Michael said Hunchback. Did you say one, Robert?
I guess mine will be the boy in the striped pajamas.
All right. So yeah, Lysander, what you say is next time on animation autism, and then an animated thing that is not what we're doing next time.
Hmm.
This is CBS on Paramount Plus.
I have to feed everybody with the friggin'
I am completely drawing a blank.
Just pick an
We're gonna get
animated
done
thing
with-
that's not Toy Story.
South Park bigger, longer, and uncut.
Okay, then.
Love it.
How about B stars?
Okay, next time on animation autism, Beastars.
B stars.
Oh my goodness.
That locks us out of doing Beastars next time.
Which is good because the challenge is the host to pick something everybody wants to talk about.
Well, I thought
Nobody
that-
wants to
I
talk
thought
about
the next one we were
Beastars.
doing was Toy Story.
Are we?
I don't know. Thundercats?
You have to find out next week.
Hey, now wait a minute. I'll talk about Thundercats.
I'd have to
That was
rewatch
my
Thundercats.
first furry crush. Chitara.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Solid choice.
Of course you're attracted to a cheetah.
All right, let me go get the link to the Vexorcist's channel so I can post it in chat. Guys, it's not
it
starting
up?
right this second, but the normally I would raid Steve Dave on his Twitch channel, but his podcast is being hosted by the Vexorcist channel this week.
Because my internet decided to go out, and then
Yeah.
it came back within an hour, and then I went to go go visit Mama Dave, and then when I got home, it was out, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna have a nap."
Yep, and if you could send me any rippy bits, I have some news, but
Yep.
and the Florida man.
I gotta get you the Florida
Was
Man
it-
rippy bits.
What are you a crappy cable customer?
Yeah,
No, it's crappy cable.
it's crappy cable.
I'll spell it with
Leo
I'm
knows
J's.
not
what I'm talking
crappy.
about.
It's the cable that is. I don't need to take this from a
Leo
lion.
understands the
Calvin.
reference.
I understand the
All
reference.
those
I
are-
don't need to take this from some
By the way,
stinking lion.
real quick, Leo, did you see the picture I sent you?
Not
get that
yet.
set
Give
up.
me a second. I'm posting the link to the next podcast. That's where we're gonna be for the silenced banter. Please follow that channel. That is the Vexorcist channel. He is trying to reach 200 subscribers on YouTube. And despite the fact that he doesn't have the superior fish cannon to Steve Dave, he does have a fish cannon.
Okay, yeah, and I have a bunch of other cool shit too.
He does have a bunch of other cool shit.
You
Uh,
dirty snicker.
I'm putting the stream end screen up. Talk amongst yourselves. However you see fit.
Oh god, so no slurs. Okay, got it. I guess I'll leave.
All right, I think I'm gonna head out. It's almost dinner time for me, but it was nice seeing chatting with you, Leo.
It was nice talking to you too, bud.
And I'm actually doing commentary on a race at 8:00, so I won't be able to hang out either.
That's all right.
But I will be on speed gaming channels. So.
I assume the Vexorcist is going to be hosting the podcast from his Discord server, so I'm going to head over to his Discord server.
Yep, and it's just gonna be in the open the sanctuary. So if
Alright.
you can still do the whole, anyone can pop in and be the audience like normal. So
All right,
yeah, I'm gonna go head out and grab last bit of news when Steve Dave shows up. But yeah, so see you guys there. Yep.
I'm going to do some rapping for Jesus because Jesus Christ is nice. All right. See you guys next time I see you.